Yes. Hello, my name is Amy Stickney, and I starting a program at HopeSpring Expressive Arts Therapy. I am currently finishing up my program at CIET, postgraduate art psychotherapy degree, and my programming is expressive arts therapy, kind of healing, identity, kind of a little bit of everything. So as I come to art therapy, very person-centered, humanistic approach. And so I take my clients' lead when we're going through sessions. And so I really lean into what they're needing and wanting. A lot of what I try to kind of teach is a lot of unteaching as far as what art is. I think a lot of people assume that it has to look a certain way or be a certain way. And so there's a lot of unteaching. It's art in the process of making art rather than the visual representation of art and what it looks like. It's all about the process. Absolutely not. No, art is so subjective, and that's one of my favorite things about art, and why I gravitate towards it. I come from a background where I'm an abstract expressionist painter, so oftentimes it's not figurative, it's just I'm painting with emotion. And so I really love clients to explore that aspect of art. I think we grow up and we're taught that art needs to look a certain way. And so I love that in art therapy, you're just expressive, and creative process is more of what we're wanting to explore rather than what art represents in terms of what it looks like, the visual aspect of it. Question. So my program runs from 5 o'clock until 8 o'clock on Wednesdays, and it is in person, and you can register on hopespring.ca. And if you click on the link for free programming and then creativity and scroll down, you'll see art therapy, and you can click on that to register. It's currently in person, and it's at the downtown location on 54 Benton St. I've been touched by cancer in a couple different ways. My grandmother is a breast cancer survivor. I currently do have a friend that is currently battling cancer. In my past career, I worked as a professional makeup artist for 20 years. And so I have talked to and experienced firsthand. I've had clients from my makeup backgrounds that were battling cancer. It really does touch everybody. I heard about HopeSpring quite a while ago. When me and my husband were getting married, in lieu of wedding favors, we actually wanted to donate to charity, and a charity that we felt was very meaningful to us. And so we did a lot of research, and we came across HopeSpring Cancer Support Centre. And so we actually decided that that was the non-for-profit that we wanted to do our donation for. And so I learned and did a little bit of a deep dive about all of the fantastic aspects and ways that they help. And it's always been on the back burner of thought. And then when I was going to school for art psychotherapy, I thought this would be a great kind of organization to circle back to, just because of how wonderful I remember it being when we were doing the research. So perfect. So I was familiar with HopeSpring, and I just love how the organization really focuses on the entirety of the cancer support. So the yoga, the Reiki, the massage, art therapy. So it's a very holistic approach to cancer support, which I absolutely love. And like I had stated before, I was quite familiar with the organization because of when I'd been doing some research for non-for-profits, specifically in our area. I was just blown away by how wonderful and how all of the different aspects that it brought to cancer support. and kind of saw different ways to kind of reach out and offer supports that sometimes can be lacking. So the sessions run for 50 minutes. And again, I'm very client-led. And so what we'll do is we'll experiment with different medias, different techniques, kind of feel what you're wanting to work with. I work with clay, collage, paint, oil pastels, chalk pastels. And so it really does look different depending on each client and even each session, depending on what we're wanting to explore, or what the client's wanting to gain from each session. So art therapy is a great way to kind of express individuality. It's a great way to kind of process grief in a very safe and contained way. Some outcomes that clients will say is it's a great way to kind of understand what they're feeling, and to just kind of get it out. What I love about art therapy is we're doing psychotherapy. However, art has an innate way of calming and regulating the body. And so oftentimes clients say that it's kind of twofold. They're able to express their emotions, but they're also able to regulate their nervous system through the different mediums that they're playing with and expressing themselves with as well. What I love about art therapy is just the healing power that happens with the process of an understanding, because it is so individual in terms of what we go through. Sometimes the clients will do clay for the entire time that I'm working with them, and then others will go through medium after medium after medium, and that's the way that they explore. So it does look so different for every client in terms of what art therapy is. Some people use art as a way of processing, and they don't share a lot. Others are very articulate, and they do a lot of verbal processing, and art becomes more of a way to contain and kind of a mastery. So it looks so different client by client. I am a big believer that in a therapeutic session, you show up in any capacity that you want, and authentically as possible. And that's what I love about art too, is it's like it kind of breaks down kind of those barriers. There's an ease that comes with it. And so I love that aspect of it. I'm a big believer, if you need to cry in session, cry. If you need to laugh, every emotion's welcome.